myself on YouTube looking at videos. It was around 2 a.m. 3 days ago when I saw something that brought me to tears. In it, a man named Sergeant Shamar Thomas. I asked if I could meet him in person, and luckily, he said yes. Please welcome to the show, Shamar Thomas. How you doing? Good? Good to see you. Have a seat. Well, hello, Shamar.
How you doing?
Are you nervous?
I won't pull the shame on you, but I'm a little nervous.
You're a little nervous. All right. How old are you?
I'm 25.
25 years old. And you served in the military for what years?
I'd served from 2003 to 2007.
And you joined the military because?
Well, I'm an Army brat, and I've been around military my whole life, and I wanted to be one of those guys. But my parents were in the Army, but I took it a step, above and joined the Marine Corps.
That's what my son Parker is into as well.
Yes.
But I don't know if you found this your whole life. Did that pull you? Because he's felt like since he was 7, he wanted to be a Marine.
Always. I have pictures when I was 5 years old. My mother's cami paint on, her boots, her helmet, things of that nature.
So your mom was in the Army?
Yes, my mother did 20 years. My stepfather did 24 years.
Wow.
Yes.
So you went to a lot of different high schools.
I've been to 10 different schools altogether throughout, my 12 years of education. So.
And how many years? You were there 4 years?
I did 4 years. Yes.
2 tours?
2 tours in Iraq, 04 and 06.
And how did that war change you as a man?
Well, the Marine Corps changed me initially. It gave me a tenacity that, it brought something, it put a fire in my belly, so to speak. You know what I mean? It took me to the next level. A lot of people saw things in me when I was young, but I wasn't really able to, grasp it, so to speak, who I was. And so the Marine Corps, taught me leadership and, brought me to that next level.
They say that you go in as a boy, you come out as a man. Would you say that was true?
Of course. When I graduated boot camp, they say, once you cross the parade deck, you're no longer human anymore. You're a United States Marine. So I really believed it, too. I told my mother that. I was like, Mom, I'm not human anymore.
Now, was the reality of actual combat very different than you had imagined?
The reality of combat, it wasn't different than what I imagined because it was automatic. Everything that happens in war is just, it's so real, it's so surreal that, it's just instinct, really, it is instinct. It's, the fight or flight motto is true. Like, that's what, I separated myself in the Marine Corps because I was like, I'm ready to go, you know what I mean? So,
yes. So you always respected authority. And
always.
And you still do.
I always, yes.
And are you someone who admires the police department in general?
Oh, naturally.
Yes.
Naturally,
The same with me.
Yes,
These are people, they're one of us, right?
Everybody.
They serve, they protect us.
We're all citizens.
Right.
Everybody's equal to me. Nobody's, different.
Did you ever do public speaking, Shamar, in your life? Never.
Never in my life.
So October 5th, you're at home.
Yes.
Right? And you decide to go down to Occupy Wall Street.
Yes.
And why did you decide that?
Well, I decided to go down to Occupy Wall Street because I heard a lot of different media outlets, talking about it, but it wasn't very positive. But when I heard the actual protesters speaking, I was like, that message, resonates with everybody. This is something that everybody needs to, be a part of. So I went down there to get the actual message, and I saw that everybody, everybody has their own lane, but everybody has, a unique story. But we're all Americans. We all want the same thing, and that's a better life,
Right. So you went down there and you saw a woman get punched.
Well, on October 5th, I saw everybody get punched. It wasn't just women. It was, I won't,
that's okay. Just tell me. Right, you went down there and you saw violence.
Saw violence, yes.
Right, perpetrated by the police officer.
Perpetrated by the police.
On the nonviolent crowd assembled.
Yes, and I actually went to Times Square on October 15th. That's when the big YouTube video came out. But I actually have a video from October 5th where it's called Shamar Thomas Tries to Reason with the Police, and that was the October 5th video, and I was just speaking with the police, and then when I went on October 15th and I saw it again, I just became enraged, like this is unbelievable.
Right. So you started to speak to the policeman.
Yes. And
it's a very long video. We're just going to show you a short clip. But if you look at the faces of the policemen, and you look you can see the words that he's saying resonate within these men and women. Take a look at this video from Occupy Wall Street.
You see it, baby. They don't lie.
Let's go.
They don't lie. They don't lie. They don't lie, tough guy. This is not a war zone. It does not make you tough to hurt these people. There's nothing tough about it. Nothing. If you want to go fight, go to Iraq and Afghanistan. Leave these people alone. They're U.S. citizens. I've been to Iraq 14 walk around in riot gear like this is a war. These people don't have guns. There is no honor in this. There is no honor in this.
There is no honor in this.
Thank you.
When you were speaking that,
Yes.
did you know what you were saying was so profound? I mean, the whole crowd gathered. Many people started filming with their camera phones.
That was actually an 8-minute, speech. So
And
to
that's the
speak.
one I saw, and it made me
Yeah.
cry, Shamar.
It was 8 minutes, and even watching it, I can feel the emotion that I felt that day. Like I was speaking really from the heart. I don't know what I was saying. I thought it was 2 minutes until I actually watched the tape.
Right.
You know, my aunt, she filmed it. Janet Handy. She filmed it. I was like, this was 8 minutes long.
Yes.
I was really. They let me talk for that long. You know what I mean?
You know, you were in the zone, honey. You
Oh, I
reminded
was.
me of Martin Luther King.
Oh yes,
I have to tell
I've
you,
heard that a few times.
you had such
That's
a
an honor.
profound sense of dignity. And
Yes.
what you were saying was so universally true.
Yes.
That even the police officers who
Yes.
are just working class people doing their jobs,
Exactly.
right? They've been told to go down there
Yes.
and to maintain the peace.
Yes.
But they are sometimes meeting violence, right?
No, they're not meeting
Not the
violence.
police. The police are perpetrating, violence
Yes.
in an effort to control the crowd.
Yes. Well, I tell people first off, I am not anti-NYPD or anti-police at all. I'm anti-police brutality. I've been in, when I was in Iraq in 2004, I was a part of a riot where, the Iraqis actually threw rocks at us. And a Marine actually was hit in the face and fell off of a truck from getting hit with a rock. We didn't respond to the crowd, by going through and beating people or arresting anybody because we were there to win the hearts and minds of the people. So to see that happening in my own country with women and, there were teenagers, teenage boys and girls being beaten by the police, it was just unbelievable to me. And on October 15th, I just couldn't take it anymore. I was like, I'm tired of this. Somebody has to say something, so.
And you said it so well.
Thank you. I
You
really
really
appreciate
did.
that.
I know that when you came back from war, you had PTSD. You were diagnosed with that, as
Well,
so many vets are.
Yeah. Well, I was actually diagnosed with adjustment anxiety and depression disorder. The VA has not diagnosed me with PTSD. I've actually filed for it, but they have not, I have PTSD, and many veterans that come back from, I don't understand how you can go to war and be in combat and not have some form of PTSD.
I think you're
You know?
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I want to thank you on behalf of everyone for what you've done for the
Thank you.
country and
Thank
for
you.
what you've done, I think, to bring attention to this. Many media outlets are not covering what's happening in Occupy Wall Street, and I think you're bringing a well-needed spotlight to it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being
Thank you.
here. I
Thank
really
you so
appreciate
much.
it. We'll be right back. A little Big Town. Don't go away.